Justin Trudeau is not the only one that loves India. It's also the title of the book, and I'm here with entrepreneur, author, world traveler, Anjum Anand. Nice to see you.
Hi.
So this is was by far a labor of love for you. Tell us a little bit about your time. You traveled all throughout India. You spent different. You were in all different parts of the country. What I love about this is not only do you tell the story of your family, but you also talk about the history of the Indian food, and having your parents are from India as well as mine. How did this journey come about?
Well, I think you're just Indian, and you just eat Indian food at home when you grow up outside of India. And I think for me, I grew up in Switzerland, right? So I was born in London, grew up in Switzerland, and Switzerland is the polar opposite of India, okay? So it's very clean, it's very orderly, there's no one outside my house who's not in a car going somewhere. And then my father found all these Indians in Geneva, and they would all come over for dinner. And so there was all of a sudden colorful saris and laughter and life and light and Indian food. And so for me, there was always something a bit magical about India, you know? I want to have kids one day, and then I want to cook for them like this, and I want to pass down your recipes. And I got into the kitchen and I was cooking Indian food, and I just fell in love with cooking.
In our culture, cooking is such a big part of the family and everybody coming together, and there's such a beautiful sense and sounds of music and everybody enjoying one another. What can you tell us, in your view, is one of the biggest stereotypes of Indian food? Well,
I mean, I guess Indian food is, there are lots of curries, that's a fact. But where it's wrong is it's not just curries. I mean, the thing about Indian food, and the thing that I talk about in this book, and in fact all my books, is that we have grilled food and steamed food and fish that's fried, and we have stir-fried vegetables. It's such a huge, beautiful range of food that I kind of want to say we have curries, and they're very prevalent in our everyday eating. But there's so much more.
There is a lot of sort of westernization has been of Indian food. Everyone thinks it's just butter chicken and rice now.
People still love butter chicken, and butter chicken is Indian food, right? That's like,
and it's delicious.
And it's delicious, so it belongs. But there's so much more, and there's so much more to talk about. And actually, that's why I love what I do.
That's right.
You can not stop me talking when it comes to Indian food and regional food and all of the historical aspects that have built up Indian's regional food. It's fascinating. I think if you've never cooked Indian food before, I think for me, my tip to you would be start with something you're really familiar with cooking. So if you love fish and you know how to cook fish, find a recipe that spices up fish. Because this way, you know how to cook the main ingredient, and the only new thing is the spices. And this way, you slowly teach yourself how to cook with spices. It is not difficult. You just need a good cookbook. But you actually really, I mean, I say it laughingly, but you just need a good starting place, and it's not difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you're not hungry, then you haven't been paying attention. Anjum Anand is an entrepreneur, business lady, world traveler, and author. Log on to Facebook and Twitter and let us know what you think.